नियम्य सर्वेन्द्रिय बाह्यवर्तनम जगद्गुरुम शाश्वत शास्त्र विग्रहम। हरे कृष्ण माता जी।
थैंक यू। मधुबाई कृष्ण कांत माता जी।
हरे कृष्ण माता जी, प्रणाम माता जी।
धन्यवाद।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ततः समाधाय मनोमनीषया बभाषये तत्प्रतिलब्धवागसौ निशम्य सर्वेन्द्रिय बाह्यवर्तनं जगद्गुरुं सात्वतशास्त्र विग्रहम्। थैंक यू माता जी। हरे कृष्ण।
थैंक यू कृष्णा। मधुमती विलासिनी माता जी। हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्ण माता जी, दंडवत प्रणाम माता जी।
धन्यवाद।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ततः समाधाय मनो मनीषया बभाषये तत्प्रतिलब्धवागसौ नियम्य सर्वेन्द्रिय बाह्यवर्तनं जगद्गुरुं सात्वत शास्त्र विग्रहम्। थैंक यू माता जी। हरे कृष्ण।
थैंक यू। चित्रमोहिनी माता जी। हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्ण माता जी, प्रणाम माता जी।
धन्यवाद।
नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ततः समाधाय मनोमनीषया बभाषये तत्प्रतिलब्धवागसौ निशम्य सर्वेन्द्रिया बाह्यवर्तनं जगद्गुरुं सात्वत शास्त्र विग्रहम्। हरे
थैंक
कृष्ण।
यू कृष्ण। सूर्य प्रकाश राव प्रभु जी।
हरे कृष्ण माता जी, प्रणामालु।
धन्यवाद।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ततः समाधाय मनोमनीषया भवाशनि एतत् प्रतिलब्धनागसौ नियम्य सर्वेन्द्रियबाह्यवर्तनं जगद्गुरुं सात्वत सहस्त्र विग्रहम्। निग्रहम,
थैंक यू
हाँ विग्रहम
कृष्णा।
माता जी। हरे कृष्णा।
शुभा राव प्रभु जी। हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्ण माता जी, दंडवत प्रणाम।
धन्यवाद।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ततः समाधाय मनो मनीषया बभाषये तत्प्रतिलब्धवागसौ नियम्य सर्वेन्द्रिय बाह्यवर्तनं जगद्गुरुं सात्वत शास्त्र विग्रहम्। हरे कृष्ण।
थैंक यू कृष्णा। प्राण नंदिनी माधवी माता जी।
हरे कृष्ण माता जी, प्रणाम माता जी। ओम
धन्यवाद।
नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ततः समाधाय मनो मनीषया बभास एतत्प्रतिलब्धा भगवसौ निशम्य सर्वेन्द्रिय भागवर्तनं जगद्गुरुं सात्वत शास्त्र विग्रहम। हरे कृष्ण माता जी। थैंक यू माता जी।
थैंक यू। प्रेम प्रकाश हरिदास प्रभु। हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्ण माता जी, विनोद प्रणाम माता जी।
धन्यवाद।
ततः समादाय मनो मनीषया बभाष एक प्रतिलब्धवागसौ नियम्य सर्वेन्द्रिय बाह्य वर्तनम जगत गुरुं सात शास्त्र विग्रहम। हरे कृष्ण माता जी।
थैंक यू। उषा दयावती माता जी। हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्ण माता जी, प्रणाम माता जी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ततः समाधाय मनो मनीषय ममाशये तात्परिलब्धवाक्सु नियम्य सर्वेन्द्रिय बाह्यवर्तनं जगद्गुरुं सात्वत शास्त्र विग्रहम्। थैंक यू माता जी। हरे
थैंक
कृष्ण।
यू। धन्या धमेश्वरी माता जी। हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्ण माता जी, प्रणाम माता जी।
धन्यवाद।
तथा समाधया मनो मनीषया बभाषये तत्प्रतिलब्धवागशौ नियम्य सर्वेन्द्रिय बाह्यवर्तनं जगद्गुरुं सात्वता शास्त्र विग्रहम्। थैंक यू माता जी। हरे कृष्ण।
थैंक यू। उमा कुलकर्णी माता जी। हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्ण माता जी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ततः समाधाय मनो मनीषया बभाषये तत्प्रतिलब्धवागसौ नियम्य जगदि सर्वेन्द्रिय बाह्यवर्तनं जगद्गुरुं सात्वत शास्त्र विग्रहम्। हरे
थैंक
कृष्ण
यू
माता जी।
कृष्णा। रेवती रत्नांगी माता जी। हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्ण माता जी, प्रणाम माता जी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ततः समदाय मनोमनीषाय बभाष एदात्मप्रतिलब्धवागसो नियम्य सर्वेन्द्रिय ब्रह्मावर्धनं जगद्गुरु सात्वतं शास्त्रविग्रहम्. Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you.
Thank you, Krishna. Tatha, thereafter, samadhaya, controlling, manaha, the mind, manishaya, by his intelligence, babhas, spoke, etad, this, pratilabdha, recovering, vak, speech, ashau, that one, King Chitraketu, niyamya, controlling, sarva indriya, of all the senses, bahya, external, vartanam, the wandering, Jagadgurum, who is the spiritual master of everyone, Satvat, of devotional service, Shastra, of the holy scriptures, Vigraham, the personified form. Translation by Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada ki jai. Thereafter, by controlling his mind with his intelligence and thus restricting his senses from external engagements, he recovered suitable words with which to express his feelings. Thus he began offering prayers to the Lord, which is a personification of the holy scriptures. The Satvad Samhita, like the Brahma Samhita and the Narad Pancharatra. And who is the spiritual master of all? He offered his prayers as follows. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. One cannot offer prayers to the Lord with mundane words. One must become spiritually advanced by controlling the mind and senses. Then he can find suitable words to offer in prayers to the Lord. Quoting the following verses from the Padma Puran, Srila Sanatana Goswami forbids us to sing any song not sung by authorized devotees. Avaishnava mukhod girnan putan hari kathamritam shravanam naiva kartavyam sarpochishtam yathapaya. The words or songs of a person not fixed in Vaishnav behavior, not strictly following the rules and regulations, and chanting the Hare Krishna mantra should not be accepted by pure devotees. The words Satvata Shastra Vigraham indicate that the Sachidanand body of the Lord can never be accepted to be made of Maya. Devotees do not offer prayers to the Lord in an imaginary form. The existence of the Lord's form is supported by all Vedic Krishna literature. Om Gyan Timirandasya Gyan Anjan Shalakaya Chakshurunmitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manovishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamahyam Dadati Sapadantikam. He Krishna Karna Sindhu Dinbandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastite Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishbhanuste Devi Pranamami Haripriya. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advait Gadadhar Shivasati Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Namne. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gaurvani Pachayine Nirvishesha Shnivati Paschatya Deshatarine. Thereafter, by controlling his mind with his intelligence and thus restricting his senses from external engagements, he recovered suitable words with which to express his feelings. Thus he began offering prayers to the Lord, who is the personification of the holy scriptures, the Satvat Samhitas like Brahma Samhita and Narad Pancharat, and who is the spiritual master of all. He offered his prayers as follows. Okay. Okay, Krishna, let's talk about prayers. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam 6th canto, Prescribed Duties for the Mankind, chapter 16, which is called as
King Chitraketu
meets the Supreme Lord.
Yes. What did we study yesterday? What happened to him yesterday?
This Chitraketu with his that tears, Mataji, he was wetting the feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead again and again, and his tone has become muffled, and he could not even speak.
He was choking. Right. So Chitraketu got the darshan of Lord Ananta, and the description was that he's as white as the white fibers of a lotus. He's wearing blue colored garments. He's wearing ankle belts, bangles, belt, helmet, golden helmet. And when Chitraketu saw the darshan. He became overwhelmed with ecstasy. And because of being overwhelmed with ecstasy, his eyes were covered with tears and his voice became choked. Because of that, even though he wanted to offer the prayers, he could not offer the prayers because of the aesthetic symptoms. So we are reading today. Look at the first line, it's so nice. The first line is that by controlling his mind with his intelligence, thus restricting his senses from external engagements. So this is the bottom line, right? The feeling is a function of what? Feeling is a function of
Mind. Thinking, willing, and feeling.
Feeling and willing.
Yes. Even in the spiritual platform, the mind, when it becomes purified, the function doesn't change. It just becomes purified. This is what we are understanding, that the feelings were generated from the mind because the mind is now purified. We don't get feelings. You know, the Chaitanya Charitamrita, there is a story of Madhavendra Puri, right? Madhavendra Puri and Gopal, right? There it is mentioned, I remember very distinctly, that when Gopal saw Madhavendra Puri, he went into ecstasy, right? When Madhavendra Puri, he came in the dream of Madhavendra Puri. So, or when he chanted the mantra that only 3 people have perfected, Radharani, Mahaprabhu, and Madhavendra Puri, he went in ecstasy. So say when we chant Krishna, when we chant Radha, at least I don't go in ecstasy. Why? Because the mind is not purified. The existence is not yet purified. But when the mind becomes purified, the feelings are still there. His feelings are spiritual, and he was still had to control those spiritual feelings with his spiritual intelligence, so that he can gather himself for the purpose of glorifying the Lord. Okay, not that Krishna is not able to understand, but he wanted to express those feelings in suitable words, not just show the symptoms of ecstasy, because the glorification of the Lord is so potent and is so purifying that everybody, a pure devotee, wants to recite it again and again and again. They don't just stop at the level of the symptoms of ecstasy. So the prayer, okay, let's talk about this importance of offering prayers, because when we go to take darshan, we think, maybe we think that, okay, before I go to the temple, I'm gonna take darshan of the deities, I'm going to pray for this, pray for that, pray for this. But most of the times, I have heard it time and again that when we go in front of the deities, we go blank. Yes, does it happen? It can't offer prayers, just go blank, take darshan.
Yes, Mataji.
And nowadays, I was in India. It's so crowded. It is so crowded that if you can get darshan standing on your tippy toes or pushing people away, that also is like, okay, I'm victorious. Yes, it happens.
Yes,
Heard that
Mataji.
Mataji.
Yes,
one of
Mataji.
my
Yes.
friends went to Tirupati recently, and she said that we traveled so far, right? So far to go to Tirupati. 2 seconds darshan, just 2 seconds. Yeah, is it like that? Just 2
Yes,
seconds.
Mataji.
Yes,
Yes,
Mataji. Yes,
Mataji.
Mataji.
Sometimes we
It's
have
like a
just to push
Bombay train.
It's like Bombay train, Mataji. Yes.
It's like a Bombay train.
Yeah. People will push you and
Bihari temple is even like, I heard that they were putting the railings, but Baki Bihari temple is also very crowded.
Yeah, Banki Bihari
Extremely
very
crowded.
crowded.
So
Very
you see these kinds of, so when we think that, okay, I'm gonna go take darshan, I'm gonna sit down, I'm going to be in front of the Lord, I'm gonna offer my prayers. But what happens in reality? Either we go numb, even if no one is around us, then also, or there is this push and pull externally, even to take darshan of the deities becomes like a privilege. So what do we do then? So it is important to understand the importance of the prayers, because Krishna then makes arrangements. I have seen that Vrindavan is a very mysterious place, right? Vrindavan is not like, okay, what we see with our eyes, that there is so much noise, there is so much crowd, there is so much activity, so much stimulation all the time. No, but actually Vrindavan is a mysterious place. How do we unfold that mystery? By prayer. So prayer, my friend explains, I like her explanation. It says that this is a personal space with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, between a devotee and Krishna. This is a very, very personal space. So, but if we can nurture this personal space nicely and adequately, then our going to take darshan, even whatever seconds Krishna gives us the darshan for, is more than enough, believe it or not. So Prabhupada is explaining in the purport that what kind of prayers are to be offered to the Lord. Okay, we cannot make up a prayer by our mundane words. It's not like if somebody is a very good writer or very good poet, they think that, okay, they can glorify Krishna. Fine, they can glorify Krishna. But yeah, unless and until it is written or given to us as practicing devotees by a bona fide acharya, by a bona fide process, coming in a parampara, we must prohibit ourselves from repeated those prayers. There's so many of them going around. They make prayers based on movie songs. They make prayers based on like so many, like imagination of who is Radha, who is Krishna. There's so many. So, but we can save our time and energy if we listen to what Srila Prabhupada is saying, that Sanatana Goswami is prohibiting us from repeating the prayers which were not written by or sung by the authorized devotees. And who is an authorized devotee? Who is strictly following rules and regulations, who is chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, who is coming in a proper lineage. Okay, then we can become a devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then, we go in front of Krishna. I Guru Maharaj gives so many examples of this. He said, a pure devotee, it is not uncommon that you go in front of Krishna and all you can do is glorify the deities. They're still looking so beautiful, their flowers are so beautiful, and then you forget everything. That's fine. He said that's fine. But the other thing is that there are some people who go with the list already. So they're not too concerned as to how the deities are dressed or how the arti is going on. But there is a list that I have come here, so please give me this, give me that. Krishna says that soul is great. I mean, I'm not judging. We're not sitting here to judge anyone. Krishna is saying because by hook or by crook that soul has ended up with Krishna, so soul is great. Mahatma, right? He says that person is Mahatma. But still, we are going to follow the authorized devotees. Okay, the authorized devotees actually follow the authority. That is how they become authorized. So we don't offer praise to Krishna in an imaginary form. We don't offer praise to Krishna thinking that Krishna is equitable with any other demigod or anyone else for that matter. Even Vishnu is not equitable. Krishna is Krishna. Krishna's position is unique, as is explained in the Shastras. I'm not saying it. So we must have some prayers memorized. The Narasimha prayers, they can save us from so many mishaps in life. If that's why it is important to memorize some of the prayers. So that's why it is important, like memorize the Narasimha Arti, memorize the Tulsi Arti, memorize the verses of Srimad Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita, memorize them so that we have this backup plan in case. Otherwise, the mind will bring upon fear. There will be fear coming from the anticipated loss. But if we become stuck in Krishna consciousness, then we actually become very staunch in our grounding of our practice under any circumstances. I have heard other devotees give so many examples. There is a temple in Connecticut, and the temple resident is Srila Prabhupada's disciple. He's very elderly now, and he was telling us that then when they were young, they were going on book distribution in the book distribution van. Okay. And they had Hare Krishna Kirtan going on in the van, and they were all singing as well. But he said the van, there was a hydroplaning on the road because it had rained, and then the van got skid and then it turned. It turned upside down, and it went 2-3 times. So he said that time none of us chanted Hare Krishna. Incidentally, there was Krishna Kirtan going on the back, but none of us chanting Hare Krishna. That time we were like, oh, save me, like that. But then nothing happened to them, of course. But then he realized that how far we are. Even though we are so near to the holy name, we are still so far. So circumstances like this are sent to our lives to remind us that we have to become very near to the holy name. Near, near, near. And then there was this Mataji. This story is horrible. She was telling that she was doing book distribution in early days, and she was at a train station. I don't remember which country it was. It was not America, not India. She said she was trying to distribute this book to this man, and she boarded the train to give him the book, Krishna book, and the man who she was selling the book got really violent. He pulled her hair, he kicked her, and he threw her off the train. So the other devotees who were with her saw that she was not, she was injured. She had to be taken to the hospital, but she was not angry at him. Okay, she was not angry at him. So, and then, of course, and then she was continuously chanting Narsimha Aarti at the time. And then many years down the lane, she is again distributing the books. And then somehow or other, she meets this old man who comes and begs her forgiveness at her feet. He falls down in the public place to seek forgiveness that he had done this, and then later he met the devotees and he understood the importance of Hare Krishna. You see, so the prayers can save anyone. Both the parties were saved. There's so many examples. Once I met a devotee in New York. He was from Russia. He said he was cleaning the attic of his home, and it was very dusty. It had all the furniture which was discarded and very old things of the house. So when he lifted a very dusty furniture piece, under it was Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita as it is in Russian language, which was all dusty and was buried under so many of these antiques in the attic of the house. So he said he got that book, and then he started looking for devotees, and then he joined the temple, and he was in New York. So see, so prayers and associating with the pure devotees are so powerful. There was one devotee of Prabhupada who had come to Gita Nagari, I think it was 2-3 years ago. I don't recall his name. He had some misunderstanding with the devotees after Prabhupada left the planet, and he actually left the movement. He left the movement, and then many years down the lane, 2 decades down the lane, he came back. So everyone asked that, what made you come back? He said all he did was he was chanting incessantly, and he was worshipping Tulsi with great awe and reverence, with lots of prayers to protect him. So these prayers are not only like a personal space or conversation with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but also a kind of a shield, a kind of a kavacha. So one must never, ideally hesitate to offer prayers to the Supreme Personality of Godhead under any circumstances. So all the external chaos quietens down if internally we are connected with our purpose. That's what Krishna consciousness does, right? It's not that when we become Krishna conscious, I'm not going to have a problem in my life, or I'm not going to grow old, or I'm not going to have a disease, or I'm not going to die. Nothing like that. Or there's going to be no calamity in the world. No, all these things will be there, as we see from the life of the pure devotees. But these prayers, this chanting of the holy name, quietens the chaos inside. Right? Bhava Maha Davagni Nirvapanam quietens the chaos inside, and the purpose and the goal remains very clear because of the potency and the mercy of the prayers. I remember when I was getting initiated, it was a rush. It was like, you tell me your stories of initiations. I feel it's always like a rush. Like there's like so many things going on. There is this yagya preparation and particular time, and it was like, and I had to like fly to another state. So it was like a rush. So it was like I felt like rushed at the moment. But when I sat down at the place and I looked at the deities, I looked at the Vaishnavas, I looked at the holy fire, I looked at my spiritual master, I started offering prayers in my heart, especially to God Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. I don't know why I thought of him. I love his prayers. You know, what is his prayer? Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye. Namo Gaur Kishoraya. Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye.
Vipralambharam.
Samte Padam Bojhaite Namaha. Right? So this prayer is a epitome of Vairagya Murtaye, renunciation. So you feel so empowered in the moment. You feel so empowered in the moment that this is the right thing to do, no matter what the external things are. And we are looking for validation. Let's be honest. You know, when we cook food, how many of you who cook food in the house ask your family, how is the food? How is the taste? Do you ask or no?
Yes,
Yes.
No,
Mataji.
we
Yes,
ask,
yes, Mataji.
right? Or if we are doing some purchase, or if we are traveling, having some travel plans or anything, we look for validation, we look for confirmation. But these prayers give us internal validation and internal connection with the parampara, with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that we become so confident of our practice of Krishna consciousness that the external chaos quietens down. It doesn't exist for a pure devotee. Jayapataka Maharaj was once, I have his favorite lecture on God Purnima. He was once, he was saying that Prabhupada was told by his God brothers when he expressed to them that he wanted to go to America to preach, that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said Bharat Bhumi, right? So stay in India. Why go to Western countries? You're already a sannyasi, you're already in Radha Damodar temple, you're in Vrindavan, so take it easy. Don't go. Prabhupada said, no, Prithiviti Ache, Sarva Gram, right? So all the villages and towns in the whole world, whole planet Earth, Mahaprabhu said that. See, so I was thinking that it is not just like an answer to the question of the other people. It is also because Prabhupada did not feel it as a burden. You know, Prabhupada did not feel that this is so chaotic to go out in the world at this age. He did not feel like that. He felt so empowered. And if we are following Prabhupada, why Prabhupada will not give us that empowerment? There is no doubt. So please continue to offer the heartfelt prayers to the deities of your heart, and continue to make that connection. And the best way is also to journal your prayers, right? Really journal and reflect. I think I'll stop here. Any questions, reflections, realizations, corrections? Complaints?